The headlines: Troops rescue 17 kidnapped victims after heavy gun battle with terrorists in Kebbi State. 2 women feared dead as church collapses in Osun. Reactions trail expulsion of students protesting against the insecurity from Gusau University. And from the international scene, Israel calls for civilians to leave Gaza City as military amasses tanks. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. And now the details. The troops of Operation Hadarin Daji on Thursday successfully rescued 17 kidnapped victims and captured operational motorcycles from terrorists during a rescue operation in Kebbi State. This was disclosed by the spokesperson of the Operation Hadarin Daji, Captain Yahaya Ibrahim, in a statement on Friday. He said the feat was achieved when troops deployed at Malekachi conducted a rescue operation following credible information that terrorists had kidnapped an unspecified numbers of persons at Kanya village of Danko, Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State and were trying to cross with the victims towards Niger State. It added that the commander of the Joint Task Force, Major General Godwin Mutkut, commended the timely response of the troops, charged them to do more, and continued to deny the terrorists any freedom of action. Meanwhile, the 4 abducted students of the Nasarawa State University have regained freedom from their abductors. Heavily armed men had in the early hours of Tuesday invaded their house located at Angwankare in Kefi, local government area of the state, and whisked them away to an unknown destination. Meanwhile, the students were rescued on Thursday by men of the Nigerian Army 117 Battalion Kefi after a sustained pressure on the kidnappers. The commanding officer of the battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Awalu Inwa, disclosed this to journalists in Lafia. He explained that the students were rescued in the surrounding bushes of Angwangauta in Kefi local government area after painstaking efforts by the military officers. Inoa further assured that the students will be reunited with their families after undertaking proper medical examinations. Some students of the Federal University Gusau who were said to have been expelled by the university's management are appealing to the Minister of Education, Mamman Tahir, and the traditional rulers and other relevant stakeholders to intervene in the issue and prevail the university's management to reverse its decision. They were expelled for allegedly staging a peaceful protest to draw the attention of management and the federal government to the incessant abduction of their colleagues at Dambam and Sabongida areas of Gusau and Bugundu local government area of Zamfara State. The report.
The expelled students denied claims by the university's management that their protest was violent, pointing out that even when the Vice-Chancellor Muazu Abubakar Gusau came to address them, they were calm and respectfully presented their demands to him.
In the expression letter, it was written that we attempted to protest on Monday. The one on Monday was a plea and it was an appeal in which we were happy the way the dean spoke to us and we appreciated him our own left for our exams.
And we had a peaceful protest that day, and the school management called us to face a panel, and which we all did. They invited us to face the panel, and we all went and faced the panel. So, along the line, towards August, they expelled some of us, which were among the protests.
They also stated that the peaceful protest was not in any way to give the institution a bad name, but to press on the university's management to take necessary security measures to protect them against bandits' abduction.
At least the government will come to our aid, the security agencies will come to our aid. They will come and help us. They will come and help us build fences, build school hostels. At least when we are together in one place and we are friends.
The school management should look into the expulsion letter to take it off, and the people around here should help us. The management, the education management sector should help us look into this matter to take off the expulsion letter and recall us back.
Among the students that were expelled are Rejoice Billy Gugas, 400 level students of the Department of Plant Science and Biotechnology, Abdusalam Abdurazak Onimisi, 300 level student of Computer Science, Thomas Zahiri, 200 level student of Computer Science, Georgina Blues, 400 level student of Education Biology, and Prince McDanis, 300 level student of Plant Science.
A story building under construction in Ikirun, the headquarters of the Ife-Lodun local government area of Osun State, has collapsed, killing 2 women. The deceased and 2 other persons were said to be working in the building on Wednesday evening when it collapsed on them. It was said that a resident of the area revealed that the owner of the building was among the victims that died while on admission at a nearby hospital. He further disclosed that some good Samaritans rushed the victims to a nearby hospital. However, on Thursday morning, 2 of the victims died as a result of serious injuries sustained from the incident. The public relations officer of the Osun State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, Kehinde Adeleke, confirmed the incident. The NSCDC spokesperson added that though the building was still under construction, it was already used as a church. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, on Friday morning said no life was lost in the petrol tanker explosion that occurred on Thursday night at Ijora Badia area of Lagos State. It, however, said the massive fire consumed 2 buses, 3 cars, 4 trucks, and 12 high-tension electric poles. There was an explosion when a container-laden truck fell and crashed onto a 33,000-litre petrol tanker by the bridge at Ijora. NEMA Territorial Coordinator in the Southwest Region, Ibrahim Farin Loye, who gave an update on the fire incident, said the PMS tanker crashed at Moshood Abiola Way opposite Fashola Estate. He, however, said that there was no injury nor casualty in the incident. The operatives of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Pathfinder have destroyed an illegal refining site in the creeks of Degema local government area of Rivers State. Conducting journalists around the site on Wednesday, the commander of the NNS Pathfinder, Commodore Desmond Igbo, estimated the capacity of the refinery at 1 million or over 1 million liters. The commander explained the extent of the operation, which he said sails crude from the wellhead to the illegal reservoir. He stated that the Nigerian Navy is canvassing the support of local communities in fighting the menace, adding that no arrests have been made so far. Lamenting the involvement of youths in the illegal oil bunkering, Igbo urged the paramount chiefs and the leaders in the area to call their youths to order. The tanks were destroyed with the help of a swamp buggy, while the illegal hose was clamped by the technicians. The House of Representatives Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, on Thursday asked nominees for positions of chairman and members of the board of the commission to take a bow and go. The committee said that the board members were enjoying the privilege always extended to former members of the National Assembly appointed into the executive positions. The report.
It is the tradition of the federal legislature for former members of the National Assembly appointed into executive positions to take a bow and go whenever they are coming for screening. On Wednesday, 4th of October 2023, the nominees had appeared before the Senate and were screened at the Committee of the Whole. The motion to allow them to take a bow and go was moved by the Minority Whip of the House, Ali J.C. Issa, who commended the President for appointing some former members of the National Assembly to serve in the NDDC board.
As a member of House of Representatives or a senator, whether through documentation or integrity test, so we have confidence of every nominee that was a member of National Assembly will represent the country very well, and we will also be a good ambassador of the National Assembly.
The House Majority Leader, Julius Ihove, said he was confident that members of the new board have the capacity to deliver on their new role and urged them not to disappoint.
This is a new calling, and we're all familiar with the crises, conflicts, contradictions, insinuations, challenges that the NDDC has gone through over the years. We believe that this new crop will make a difference.
Chairman of the committee, Iburi Suenu Eyacheke, said the screening process for confirmation was in fulfillment of the provisions of Section 2, Subsection 2A of the NDDC Act 2000.
My honorable colleagues, today we screened the same nominees in the same manner they were screened in the Senate at the Senate Committee of the Whole. Thereafter, the committee shall make recommendations to the House for their confirmation.
The nominees who were screened and cleared are to be confirmed by the House at the Committee of the Whole.
You're watching news updates on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at how technology changes the fortune of Katsina youth. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
It was never a consensus. We did all our best. You see, in politics, you give your contribution to the best of your ability.
If you want, I'll forward to you this statement. You go to this bank and verify.
But there are people who say not spending money is not a virtue in itself.
Let me finish.
Because there's so much to be done.
Let me finish. Now, you don't allow me to explain myself.
The recent development shows abductions are now a factor of informants embedded in community.
It's not about the people of Katsina to say that, no, during my administration I was able to stop insecurity. No, it's about collective responsibility for all of us.
And what we should ask ourselves is not what has been seen, is the life better? Are there more people who are unemployed who are not become employed? Is the level of corruption has gone down? Is there inclusion? All those issues.
We're actually a gas country with associated oil. Our focus has always been on oil, that we have never paid significant attention to gas.
To do it effectively, we need to have honest conversation with ourselves. Government needs to come down from its higher horse and communicate with the people and build trust.
There must be a solution. We cannot continue this way. They must come back to the table and agree. So whose child will do deny education? All these children that sit for them, they want to go to higher institutions.
But just a short while ago you were saying that why bring 10 children when you cannot cater for them? So why bring more universities when you cannot cater for the existing?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you troops rescue 17 kidnapped victims after heavy gun battle with terrorists in Kebbi State. And 2 women feared dead as church collapses in Osun State. Moving on to more stories, the European Union says it is partnering Nigeria's federal government to enhance opportunities in education and skill development for youths, with a focus on employment and livelihood prospects. The partnership, according to the EU, aims to foster cooperation between the public and the private sector. Habibat Ajayi has more.
The partnership between the federal government and the European Union is specifically posed to bolster Nigeria's education management information system with €40 million. The primary focus is on education and youth empowerment in the northwestern region of Nigeria, with special attention on girls residing in rural and undeserved areas. This initiative marks its debut in Nigeria and comprises 3 distinct phases offering support to educators at various levels. The European Union ambassador to Nigeria, Samuela Ifsopi, saying negotiating bilateral agreements on science, innovation and research finds a fertile ground in Nigeria.
The objective would really be to support you, the Honorable Minister, to support the state government in increasing the number of boys and girls, in particular, let me highlight girls, that will benefit from safe, inclusive and relevant learning and skill development opportunities, with a specific focus on accelerated education for out-of-school children. Good results that we expect from this program, we will continue our cooperation and we will continue to support you in the development, in the reform, in strengthening the education system and providing education opportunities for Nigerian children.
Minister of Education Tahir Mamman lauded the European Union for their support and assured the administration's willingness to welcome public-private partnership that contributes to achieving sustainable goals.
Investing in young men, in particular the young girls, is investing in the present and the future of the country. If we don't treat them well, empower them, create suitable environment for their education, that will be a problem for us. It's already beginning to show as a problem. So for us to focus on them now is addressing the future of this country. Something that is very important because the future of the country depends on research and innovation.
The partnership between both parties is an indication of their dedication to achieving sustainable goals for the nation. Abibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Insecurity and drug abuse among youths are among the drivers of unemployment in Katsina, which stood at 25.5% according to available statistics. Now, despite this, the youths in the state are leveraging digital technology to create startup business. Jamil Mabaye reports on how youth in the state are creating fintech app that simplifies banking transactions and help businesses manage their finances. The report.
Yusuf and his friend had a dream 2 years ago. The dream was to create a financial tech application that will help people and businesses manage their finances.
What we have been thinking is impossible is now being possible, and it's one of our dreams to make things easier for our people in our local communities, family and friends.
According to the National Bureau of Statistics, unemployment rate in Nigeria is at 5.3%, and Katsina has 438,000 unemployed people. Experts believed that the IT-based sector can bridge that gap.
How can we continually improve?
Since COVID-19, financial tech applications have become more popular among the youth in Nigeria, especially when the central bank introduced the new currency notes. Traditional banks were overwhelmed and customers were frustrated. So fintech apps made banking transaction even easier.
Get opportunity and use the opportunity for particular purposes
most especially when we talk about finances. And then so we actually have this, okay, what if we can actually build something, you understand, that could help people, with these financial issues, and then get people, to download just an app and then sign up they sign up themselves, use the app, and then make all their transactions without too much hassles of, I have to go to bank to do something, I have to go to bank to get an account number.
There is now a lot of job opportunity for people who are able to acquire such digital skills. And when these things happen, development continues to happen, because with technology, we're able to improve the speed and scale at which things can be done. The cash crunch that happened earlier this year and things like that. But with digital solutions, digital financial solutions, for example, all of these people were able to resolve their problem one way or the other, are able to do transactions, without having to hold the cash. It was lifting a very big problem.
Starting a business like this is challenging because of limited resources and finding skilled workers. Despite this, experts believe that with the rise of digital tools like AI, fintech startups are becoming more important. They believe that these startups will not only provide job opportunities, but also address the growing demand for digital solutions to our daily problems. Jamilu Mobay, Trust TV News, Katsina.
Stakeholders believed that empowering the youth to realize their full potential can stimulate economic growth and propel the country to its rightful leadership position. Now, this comes to the fore at an empowerment program organized by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, the SMEDEN. Noel Sampson reports.
Youth empowerment programs are aimed at creating healthier and higher qualities of life for underprivileged or at-risk youth. The 5 competencies of a healthy youth are positive sense of self, self-control, decision-making skills, a moral system of belief, and pro-social connectedness. SMEDEN believes that an empowered young person recognizes his capabilities, self-determination, and what? Youth feel comfortable trying new things. They have the confidence to take risks and are aware that failure is a step towards progress, not a sign to give up.
Youth empowerment is what we need. In Nigeria we have a youth board, and we must take advantage. And this is a digital training. So the world is going digital. We don't want to be left behind. And this training is not only for Abuja. Across the country, we've trained about 2,000 people on how to take advantage of digital platforms to do business.
We are at the moment looking at the whole ecosystem concerning small businesses to see what we can do in terms of either creating new laws or amending existing laws to make the whole ecosystem conducive, attractive, and then friendly to small businesses.
We know that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and if we don't empower them now, then there's no need for us to have a greater leader in the future. And because of this, the Director General is so passionate about how we can empower these youths so that they can go out there to give in their best.
Some youths who benefited from such great youth empowerment programs have commended the approach.
I learned a lot about digital marketing, how to promote my services, that is my goods and services, my products. I learned a lot. That is online, using digital media channels like social media handles, websites, telephone, and any other channels that can digital my products.
Insightful, it has been inspiring. There are some basic things about digital technology and digital business and digital trade that you would not expect to know, that they cleared out, that they explained beautifully here. This program has been very, very nice. The facilitators, the runners, the lecturers, they have been wonderful.
Improved social skills, improved behavior, increased academic accomplishments, increased self-esteem, and increased self-efficiency are byproducts of youth empowerment programs. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In business, the World Trade Organization WTO Director General Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala on Thursday said that she hopes the Israel-Hamas conflict could be ended, warning it would have a really big impact on already weak global trade flows if it widened throughout the region. Take a look.
We hope this ends soon and is contained. Our biggest fear is if it widens, because that would then have a really big impact on trade. There's uncertainty about whether this is going to spread further to the whole region, which could impact very much on global economic growth. There's uncertainty as to when it will end. It is most unfortunate what has occurred, and we hope that all the violence will end, and our hearts go out to those impacted in Israel and elsewhere, in Gaza as well. So we hope it will end, because it does create this uncertainty.
From the international scene, the Israel's military on Friday called for all civilians of Gaza City, more than 1 million people, to relocate south within the next 24 hours, as it amassed the tanks ahead of an expected ground invasion after a devastating attack by the militant group Hamas. The defense minister, Yoav Gallant, on Thursday said now is a time for war, as Israeli warplanes continued pounding Gaza in retaliation for the weekend attacks by Hamas militants that killed more than 1,300 Israelis, mostly civilians. The Israeli military said it will operate significantly in Gaza City in coming days, and civilians should only return when advised. More than 1,500 Palestinians have already been killed in retaliatory attacks. A Hamas official urged the civilians not to fall for what it called fake propaganda. Its military wing later said that 13 among scores of people it captured from Israel had been killed in the latest Israeli airstrikes. The United Nations says it considered it impossible for such a movement of people to take place without devastating humanitarian consequences. And finally, in sport, as part of the preparation to boost the African Football League, the African Soccer Governing Body, CAF, has continued to explore ways of making the inaugural edition of the African Football League a memorable one. The continent's football body has started inviting the legends of the game to grace the opening game of the competition. Among those invited by CAF is former Super Falcons attacker Perpetua Nkwocha. Nkwocha is one of the most successful female players in Africa, winning the Women's African Cup of Nations on 4 occasions. She has also won the Women African Player of the Year in the past. And the opening game in between the Simba SC of Tanzania and Al Ahly of Egypt, and it will take place in Tanzania on October 20th. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.